Live na po tayo.
Hello, Sir John William. Kamusta?
Hi sir, good afternoon po. Ito naman sir,
Yan,
okay naman po.
pasensya. Naka-mobile lang ako ngayon. Okay, so for today's kwentuhang cybersecurity, Philippine Society of Information, Philippine Institute of Cybersecurity Professionals La Union Chapter is here to discuss cybersecurity made simple, how to be your own first line of defense by our resident cybersecurity expert, Mr. John William Estacio. He is a CompTIA Security Plus and Security Blue Level 1, and he is the Vice President for Pixpo Junior La Union Chapter. Take it away, Sir John William.
Ayun, Doc Alvin, maraming salamat po for that brief introduction. Ayun, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat, sa ating mga masugid na taga-subaybay, lalo na po at Biyernes na naman. Ibig sabihin, kwentuhang cybersecurity po ulit tayo mga Kapix Pro. So, our topic po for today is, I'm sorry, I think hindi ko pa na-share yung aking presentation. For a while lang po. Okay, sana po hindi maulan sa inyong mga lugar. Hopefully safe and dry po tayo sa ating mga taga-pakinig, sa ating mga taga-subaybay. Okay? Oh, alright, visible na po ba ang aking presentation? Ayan.
Yes, sir.
Yes po. Ayan. Again, our topic po for today is about cybersecurity made simple. So how to be your own first line of defense nga po. For this afternoon, I'll try po to make it more engaging sa ating mga ka-Pix Pro. Every now and then, I'll be asking questions and maaari po kayong sumagot gamit ang ating comment section below. So, nakaabang po ako dito sa ating comment section. Yan po. Uh, pwede po ba nating itry? Kung gumagana yung ating comment section, paki-thumbs up naman po if kayo ay ready na for our kwentuhang cybersecurity for this afternoon. Can I see a thumbs up po sa ating comment section? Oh, okay. Daming hearts. Right, I think. Ayan, good afternoon po. And po, I could see our Mr. Chair, Sir Angel Redoble, present po. Sir, magandang hapon po sa inyo. I could also see Sir Alan Takulan. Magandang hapon po, sir. Do enjoy po yung ating kwentuhan ngayong hapon. Okay? So before we start, I would like to take this opportunity na po to apologize in advance if I'm not very audible or if there might be some unnecessary distractions. Unfortunately, I caught a bit of a cold po kasi, and as you might notice, my voice is a little off today. But don't worry po. I'll do my best to keep this session lively and interesting to everyone. Thanks for bearing with me. So, without further ado, let us start. Okay, so I think mas maganda makilala niyo din po muna ako. Again, everyone, I'm John William Estacio. I've been working in IT for over 5 years now. At over time, na-discover ko na cybersecurity is not just a job, but it became a passion and became my purpose. I'd like to call myself a blue team guy, which means po na ang focus ko is all more on the defense, protecting the system, data, most importantly po, ang mga tao or people. And that is why I'm here today. I believe that cybersecurity is a life skill na. Tulad po ng pagkatuto natin na sumakay ng bisikleta or even yung paglock ng pinto. It's a necessity, kumbaga. And today, I'm here po not to scare you. So, yung ibang possible po na pag sinabi nating cybersecurity is masyadong techy or something, pero don't be scared po. I am here to empower you. Because cybersecurity, can feel intimidating, but it doesn't have to be complicated. By the end of this session, I hope na you'll have a clear practical steps you can follow na kahit hindi ka mandegi. And again, my goal is to help you become your own first line of defense. If in case man po uh, na you want to know more about me, you can just check on my GitHub posted below. And ayaw ko na din po kayong paghintayin pa. Kaya um, tawagin na po natin sina mama at papa, sina lolo at lola dahil for sure kapupulutan po natin ang mga lessons na ibibigay ko. Moving forward, reality check din po muna tayo. So, ito po. Uh, may I know sa ating viewers kung sino na po ang nakatanggap ng mga ganitong klaseng messages? Can you type yes sa ating comment section? So I could see. Okay. Actually, we have 50 viewers right now. Anyone po na nakatanggap na ng ganyan? Like, your account has been logged in from a different location. Please verify from this link. You receive, yan. I think ito yung pinaka-common. You have received this amount of GCash from this and that. At may kailangang link. Ayan, si Sir Seven hosting. Wow, yes. Yes daw po. And ito, we also have land bank alerts. Ayan. Okay, I could see marami na rin po sa ating mga viewers ang naka-experience ng ganito. And dahil nga po, ah, kung nakatanggap ka ng ganitong klaseng text, ibig sabihin, scam na po yan. Diba? Dahil ang mga simpleng messages lang na ito ay tinatawag na scam messages. Okay? So, pinapakita ko po ito para po ma-realize natin how impactful, gaano po ka um, importante ang cybersecurity ngayon. So, ito, another slide. So, meron po akong prepare na spam statistics, which has the junk email, AI scam, and phishing. So, with here, tignan po natin kung gaano talaga kalaki yung problemang kinakaharap natin. Again, sabi ko nga po, I'll try to make it engaging sa ating mga tagapanood. Sino na po ang naka-receive naman ng spam email? Or again, just a text. I think nasagot naman na siya kanina. I could see some hands, I could see some replies. And hindi po kayo nag-iisa. At ayon nga po sa datos natin in 2024, we saw about 160 billion spam emails sent. Hindi po siya per month, hindi po siya per week, pero everyday po yan. Which is, that's almost half of all the email traffic. So imagine po na mag-open ka ng inbox mo knowing na yung isa doon or one out of every two message could be junk or malicious. Ito po. Now, here's where it gets more scary, no? That is a data from 2024 and we are now in 2025, which also brought a new challenge. May bagong challenger nga tayo. Yung tinatawag natin na AI-powered scams, kumbaga. So, kita po natin sa ating presentation, we have AI voice scam. That's one of the examples of which 77% of victims actually lost money because of the caller sounded exactly like the real person. Mandakin niyo po yun. If in case sa social media nga po, yung pwede mong pakantahin, if na nakita niyo na ito, like sa TikTok, yung boses ni, sino ba? Sino bang sikat na artista? Let's say, Justin Bieber. Si Justin Bieber biglang nagtagalog. And exactly yung tono ng boses niya, the way he delivers or yeah, the way he delivers his messages, I mean, nakukuha talaga. And for this one, someone could clone your boss or family member's voice, tatawagan ka at magtatanong ng pera. And AI isn't just being used for calls, no? It's making spam emails so realistic na makikita sa ating statistics na 63% of people hindi na masabi kung yung spam email na to or yung malicious email na to is ginawa ba ng totoong tao or kumbaga chat GPT lang. Kasi if you are aware, yung mga spam emails natin dati pwede pa eh. Meron pa yung mga wrong grammar, masasabi natin ganun. Meron pa yung mga indentions, yung mga formatting niya is hindi pa ganun kaayos. Pero with the power of AI, ayan, sobrang taas po ng percentage ng nabibiktima dahil dito. And again, let's not forget about spam calls, no? Did you know that according to the statistics is that men over 65 years old still gets around 35 spam calls every month. Attackers love to target those they think are less savvy. So gaya nga po lang sinabi ko kanina, tawagin nyo na ang ating mga lolo at lola. Well, if they are engaged na po, o kumbaga knowledgeable sila sa phone, this is a good time for them to learn something. Kahit yung practical way lang po on how they could be a first line of defense for themselves. Okay? So if you think these spams are just annoying, it's actually a massive and evolving threat. And the goal today is to help you spot it before it tricks you. Sa Pilipinas nga, just to share, we are among the top countries spending the most time online. So sometimes more than 10 hours pa nga. More than 10 hours a day pa nga po tayo gumagamit ng internet or nakiki-engage online. That is, mas mahaba na nga yung engagement natin kaysa sa tulog, kumbaga. Which means that it has more time na ma-expose tayo sa threats. Okay? So, here's the truth about that. Don't worry if in case na ganyan po ka-overwhelming yung ating data when it comes to cybersecurity, because although 95% of cyber security attacks are succeeded because of simple human mistakes, it also means po na you have 95% of that power to stop them. Okay? So, hindi po tayo nahahack agad-agad by hackers na very very genius na sila. But most of the time it's because of human error. Kumbaga, those weak passwords, oversharing, and clicking the wrong link. And good news po for that, most of this risk can be reduced with just a few smart habits and tools. And yun po yung i-cover natin for this afternoon. Again, every day we get this text scams, fake links, or job offers na sobrang too good to be true eh. Mapapaisip ka din talaga, napaka-blessed ko naman to have this kind of email. Like one day, hindi naman ako nagtumaya pero nanalo ko. Ang galing. Pero yun pala, yun yung mga red flags na titignan natin for this afternoon. Since it's cybersecurity is becoming a life essential, life necessity na kumbaga, which is kumbaga sa Gen Z term is life starter pack na ba na kumbaga. And it's to be not only physical safe but to be online safe din po. Okay? So I prepared a blue tip since from my introduction po, I'm more of the defensive side. Nag-prepare po ako ng ating blue team checklist kumbaga. And so with this, hinati ko po sa dalawang ways or dalawang checklist. These are short but practical na checklist po natin. So first, I have the human discipline. Uh, Again, you are the first line of defense. By the definition na nilagay ko dyan, good cybersecurity starts with you, with people. Human discipline means practicing safe habits every day, and it's about building a culture where everyone is aware and takes responsibility for protecting data. So kayo po, yung first line of defense na tinatawag natin. And aside doon, may prepare din po ako na kumbaga tech support or technical support or solution, which is your digital tools. Ito naman po yung mga shield natin kumbaga, mga online or digital tools na magagamit natin if in case na yung best habits is need nga na po ng backup. These tech solutions include antivirus software, I'm sorry, spam filters, multi-factor authentication. Yan yung is actually ipasok ko lang, multi-factor authentication is isang very It's a shield wall kumbaga. So, i-emphasize po natin mamaya sa ating discussion kung gaano po ka-importante yan. And again, regular software updates. That keeps our system safe. These tools acts as our digital shield, as I mentioned a while ago, catching threats before they cause harm and helping us respond quickly when something goes wrong. Okay, so without further ado, uh, pasadahan na po natin yung unang checklist that we have. It's with the password and authentications. Ayan. So, nilagay ko po dyan na passwords are the keys to your digital life. And if someone gets your password, they get access to your accounts, data, and identity. Kumbaga, sa chess, kung nakuha na yung password mo or na-authenticate na yung account mo, it's checkmate. As simple as that. Well, alam mo yun, they can get once, sabi ko nga, if it's checkmate, then probably wala na po tayong magagawa or it's very minimal na po. We could report, but kumbaga the damage has been done already. But here's the thing, many attacks don't even need hacking. They just leak passwords or just guess lang po yung mga weak ones, yung mga kumbaga na-reuse na mga password. So para mas maintindihan po natin, let's further check po with some of the examples that I have prepared. Okay, so this one is from Microsoft, right? So you could see it is an email po with a subject line. It's a password reminder po. This one is actually a authentic po siya na email. So they are reminding us to if we are going to still use our the same password. So we have a button there na if I would opt to keep my same password. So ayan. This is one of Microsoft's way of telling us na, uy, you are still using your password. Are you going to do that for the next months? And so it's a security check actually. Okay? So moving forward, isa pa pong example. Ayan. So madalas, I think madalas natin ginagamit ito lahat. Naka-online banking na. We have the GCash. Ayan. So with GCash, we have change GCash MPIN na tinatawag po natin or even the password. So pwede po natin siyang palitan. Again, dun po sa pag-change ng GCash PIN or even the password, meron pong nilagay dyan si GCash mismo to never use weak password which madali daw po siyang ma-guess or what you call that, kumbaga, kung lagi na yung nagagamit is baka may list na po kasi sila ng mga password na yan. Okay? So, here is the checklist po on passwords and authentication. First, we have yung human discipline natin. The first one is to use a unique password for every account. Ayan. For every account, sabi. Paano yun? Paano na kaya yung mga madaling makalimot? Siguro, amenable po tayo dun sa madaling makalimot ng password. So, ang password ko doon sa Facebook account ko, sabihin na lang natin, is 12345 password, ganun na siya. And then, ganun na rin sa Gmail and all other online applications na ginagamit ko. So, one of the human discipline na may share ko po is to use a unique password for every account. Because based on reports, almost every breach po na naririnig natin, for example, I would say na mayroong ganito sa news, na-news na din siya. We have BDOs, yung mga bangko po, mga popular banks. We have BDOs, Metrobank, etc., etc. It always starts po with a stolen password. And again, it's still the number one way hacker gets in. So, if someone gets your Netflix password, kung yun pa rin po yung ginamit mo for Facebook, Gmail, and bank account, it is a must na, kumbaga, magpalit ka na. Magpalit ka for every password. So, stay tuned lang po. Kasi, syempre, I would practically say, mahirap yan. Kahit naman sabihin natin na ang password ko, for example, for Facebook is Facebook password 1234 I'm sorry. I would palitan ko siya. Facebook password 2025. Yun yung password ko for Facebook. And then comes Instagram. Ang password ko kay Instagram is Instagram 1 to Instagram 2025. So yung mga ganong password is madali po siyang mag-guess or madali siyang mahulaan dahil nga po simple lang yung pagkakagawa nila. And with that comes our second human discipline checklist for our blue team, which is to make them long but still memorable. For example po, yung paggamit ng passphrase like yan, Mango Dance 2025. You see po, no? It's something na a passphrase pero meron siyang mga naka-caps, na yung first letter, the M, and actually yung letter D is naka-capital po siya. Then followed po by an exclamation point. So with that, mas nahihirapan po yung ating mga hackers na mahulaan, kumbaga, kung yung ating passwords ay hindi na ganun ka-weak. So this one is isa pong masasabi natin na it could not guarantee, pero mahihirapan naman po sila, kumbaga, na mahulaan or ma-penetrate yung ating account. Again, just to emphasize po, yung pangatlong human discipline natin is again, it is to avoid reusing passwords. So, nabanggit ko po kanina na paano yan, makakalimutin ako, ang hirap naman. Kumbaga, isusulat ko na lang sa notebook or something para mas maalala ko. Uh, with this, tumako naman po tayo sa ating text solution. I remember po yung sabi na or yung pamanang wisdom ng aking mentor that your brain is if ihahalin tulad natin yung ating human body sa isang computer, your brain is actually the CPU, not the hard drive. So it's meant to process information, not to memorize, for example, 30 random passwords. And with that, kagaya nga po ng ating unang text solution, we could use password managers to store all your passwords securely and even generate strong ones for you and fill them out automatically. So, dyan, pwede po natin gamitin yung ating Bitwarden. And yung isang gamit ko po, we have the Proton Mail. The Proton Pass. So, nadulas. Actually, ang gamit ko din po is Proton Mail. It's an email naman po. Pero with the passwords, I use Proton Pass naman po to store and generate strong password. Later on, sa aking next slide, we'll check po para po mag-guide ko kayo kung paano po yung paggamit or ano yung site na i-visit natin for uh, uh, free actually. So, being cyber secure doesn't always have to be, kumbaga, paid or kailangan mong mag be expensive. There are free or there are less cheap alternative naman po. And moving forward sa ating next text solution, I would emphasize din po yung paggamit po ng ating two-way factor authentication or in short 2FA. So even if someone steals your password, they can still log in without the code or yung kumbaga yung password. So what I mean by that, let's have some examples. So first, dumako po muna tayo dun sa tinatawag ko na password manager. Again, it's a good practice nga po that even a free option is better than reusing the same password everywhere. And it's something na safer po kaysa isulat mo siya sa notebook. So writing passwords in a notebook or sticky note kumbaga na nakadikit lang sa ating desk is or again, saving them nga somewhere is likely your keys under the doormat. Kumbaga, nakita na yan basang-basa na yan. And to add, a password manager encrypts your data so only you can access it. So with my example, ito po yung free password manager natin. Again, I'm not promoting this kind of this brand, pero you are free po to check legitimate password managers. Pero for me, since free siya and I think users friendly, ito po, pwede niyo pong i-try yung ating Proton password app, which could be visit dun sa baba po nung ating slide. So that's proton.me/pass/download. So mapapansin nyo po dun sa screenshot na yung nilagay ko, every account. So meron na po siyang password. Okay? And this one is importante dun sa pagkamit ng fully cyber secure yung ating account. So we have the MFA or multi-factor authentication. Meron po tayong tinatawag na something you have, something you are, and something you know. Because one lock isn't enough. Why I say that? Kasi imagine locking your house. No? Nilock mo yung pinto nyo, pero iniwan mo naman na nakabukas yung window. And with that, a password is just like the first lock. And that MFA or the multi-factor authentication provides that second layer. So, pwede po nating pagsamahin itong tatlong MFA na ito. So, for example, we have something you know plus something you have. Uh, for example, meron na tayong na-store na password sa ating uh, password manager, or we have that password na na-input sa ating um, login page, for example, Facebook. That time, pwede ka na rin pong mag-add ng something you are. Ang example po natin dyan is yung ating mga biometric biometric way of authenticating your account. So for example, yung fingerprint, that is one. We also have your face recognition. So pwede na din po dyan yung actually sa mas advanced na security posture, we have the Irish um, scanning. Yan. So present din po yan. I'm sorry. Let me correct myself po pala. Dun sa something you have. Okay, na-overwhelm ako dun. A password is a kind po pala of something you know. So, it's something na alam mo. So, for example, again, your password, yung birth of date mo. Kasi, for example, maglalagin ka sa bagong device. Kailangan mong mag-log in with, to verify yung birthday. So, to verify, it's something you know, your birthday. Something you have is possible na yung security key. Ayan. Or at some places, meron sila nung USB type of security. So, nandun po yung, in a way, it's a security key na para ma-access mo yung isang system or ma-access mo yung isang account, you'll have to plug in that USB to authenticate yourself. And again, something you are, again, your your biometric traits, your fingerprint, your facial recognition, Irish, Irish trait, etc., etc. Okay? So, with this one, according nga po sa isang statistics na nabasa natin, it stops the 99% na po ng attacks. So I would strongly suggest po na you do the same, na we have yung ating MFA na nakaset na. Ayan. Kamusta po pala yung ating mga viewers diyan? May I know kung sino po ang gumagamit na or naka-on na ng ating MFA? Can I see yes doon sa ating comment section below? Okay? Sino na po kaya ang naka-on na yung kanyang MFA sa pag-login ng kanyang accounts? Uy, oh, okay, I could see marami naman po. So very good. It's good po na kayo ay uh, you have done yung first line of defense natin with securing po your accounts. Okay? Yeah, tama po si Sir Seven Hosting PH, it's a USB key. Tama po. Okay. So moving forward, this one since naka like right now we are live stream on Facebook. The next one is having that social media frenzy. Ayan. So social media is one of the easiest place po for attackers to gather information about you. So every post, like photo, like or even ano yun, yung post niyo po, kung saan ka nag-work, kung nasaan kayo, or even your favorite food is already, kumbaga minus one na yan sa defense mo eh. Pag nag-overshare ka ng gayon. Kasi the more you share, the easier it is for them po to guess your password or even crap scams or na magsa-sound na parang totoo eh. At even impersonates you na. Kumbaga, let's have this example po dun sa aking presentation. So, for example, sa aking Facebook, yan, nag-post ako ng starting my 3-day vacation sa Baguio today. And hashtag feeling blessed and bra. Sobrang lamig nga daw po ata sa Baguio ngayon. Ayan, shoutout po sa ating mga na taga-subaybay sa Baguio. And so, balik po tayo dun sa aking short commercial. Again, nag-post ka sa Facebook with this one. Then sa IG, nag-post ka din ng you have a sleepover with your fam. Again, at Baguio. And this time around, naglagay ka pa ng exact date. So for example, it's September 26. And dun sa hashtag, you've already provided po yung Baguio City Country Club. So kung nasaan kayo, again, family travel. So kung unang tingin, parang harmless po, di ba? It's something na kumbaga, it's the trend right now na share mo kung nasaan ka. It's the ano eh. It's the meta, kumbaga. Nandiyan na yan. So, what if para at least malaman nung mga kakilala, nung kapitbahay, baka hindi nila narinig o na nakita kanina na lumabas yung sasakyan. Dumiretso kami ng Baguio para at least naman alam nila na kami ay nag-sleepover dun sa Baguio, which is a Baguio City Country Club. Lastly, nag-post ka pa sa iyong X or Twitter. Wala ka ng ibang content pero is about hashtags. So hashtag walang tao sa bahay. Hashtag kasama namin si Bantay. Hashtag walang may iwan. And with those examples po, you've already given clues. Kumbaga napagtagpi-tagpi po yan ng hacker na walang tao sa inyong bahay. Okay? It's not even uh, it's not just a digital threat, but it's also a physical threat. So pag nalaman yan ng attackers natin, and lalong-lalo na, naka-public post ka pa, alam nila na walang tao sa bahay nyo. And with that, pwede ka na nilang, kumbaga, yung akyat bahay, kumbaga, it makes you vulnerable po. Again, not to just digital attacks, but for physical risk. Okay? So for this one, I would like to emphasize na social media is where attackers collect information po about you. The more you share, the easier it is for them to target you. In a more techy uh, way, meron po tayong tinatawag na OSINT or yung Open Intelligence. Kumbaga, like, i-search mo lang yung pangalan. For example, pangalan ko, you could see na yung aking online profiles. Nandiyan na, nakahilera ng Facebook and all. And again, kung naka-public pa yan, you would know, if strangers would know kung ano yung mga ganap sa buhay ko. And with that, itakal po naman natin yung ating mga social media safety tips. Firstly, sa ating human discipline. Okay? So, unang nilagay ko po dyan is think or post before you post. Okay? If it gives away where you are or personal information, think twice po. Pag-isipan po muna natin. So, before ako mag-post like, ito may social gathering, I'm out of town, like yung example natin kanina, binigay mo na eh. Kumbaga, in-expose mo na yung information mo and yung location mo as well as yung vulnerability ng bahay ninyo at that state, which is sa ating example is September 23. At binigyan mo pa nga sila ng kumbaga deadline eh. Kumbaga 3 days ka nga doon and with buong family mo, you'll spend overnight doon. So with that, again, think or pause before you post. If in case naman, we are not saying naman na yeah, it's a bad habit kasi nandyan na po yan eh. It's social media. It's something na it's not totally negative to have a social media, but we should be very vigilant. So, ang tip po natin dyan is pwede po nating i-delay naman yung sharing ng ating photos until you're back or you return home. So, it gives more security na hindi nila ina-anticipate in real time yung details ng post mo. Okay? And lastly, sa ating human discipline checklist, don't post your full address. If you're a student, your school schedule, or even your daily routine publicly. Because with this, it makes it harder for strangers to find you. Okay? With this kind of human discipline po, na-prevent na po natin a big chunk nung kumbaga nung open source data kasi readily available na nga po yung ating data over the internet, most especially sa ating social media. And moving forward, we have yung ating tech solutions naman po. So first dyan is to review your privacy settings regularly. So sa ating Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they all have an options po to limit who sees your post. So kung sino lang po yung or kung kanino lang po ito visible. Aside dyan, I would say na you could also check kung saan po naka saan lamang po naka-login yung inyong mga social media account. So for example, sa Facebook, actually makikita mo na kung nakalagin ka ba sa isang Android device, sa browser na ganito, and sa browser na ganyan. And kung mapansin mo na hindi man siya part ng device mo, then might as well delete po the soonest ito sa ating mga save logins, kumbaga. Okay, just to follow up po dun sa ating first tech solution, limit your audience po to friends or have a custom list lang. Kung hindi natin maiwasan, for example, sa ating friend list na merong someone na you would say could be a threat, could be a threat. We could always limit naman po yung ating audience. So, meron po tayong option dyan. Again, we could always review our profile info and remove na lang din po yung mga bagay. Kumbaga, too much information na yan eh. Hindi naman nila kailangan malaman na paborito ko ang ice cream. Or hindi nila pwedeng malaman na paborito ko ang leche plan, na lagi akong nasa ganito, nasa ganyan. Which makes, or it, which gives the attackers more information. O kumbaga, yung word is clue. Okay? Okay, sana po. Uh, I think, yeah, ang dami pala nating viewers ngayon. No? So, can I have this opportunity po sa ating audience to, I think kahit 30 minutes lang po ng inyong time. So, you could also check po your favorite social media apps kung yung po bang last na post mo is nakapublic. So, if yes, baka pwede mong i-switch na yan into friends lang. So, by that time, that's already one step towards protecting yourself. Yan po. So, sa ating mga viewers dyan, you could have that initiative po to check if in case man na your post is still on public. Okay, so dumako po tayo sa ating last but not the least checklist, part of our checklist. Ito, we have yung ating phishing and scam awareness. Yan. Gaya po ng examples kanina, ito po kasi yung pangunahing rason kung bakit tayo nahahack, which comes to the question na ilang beses ka na nga bang nakatanggap ng phishing or even kahina-hina ng email o message. Yung tipo bang nanalo ka in a contest na di mo naman sinalihan. Pagising mo, yun nga, pagising mo, nanalo ka bigla. Wow, wow. Mapapawaw ka lang bigla. O yung kumbaga, pinapa-verify yung account information mo out of nowhere lang. That's already a red flag. And with that, never mo din bang na click yung attachments. Kumbaga, for example, dun sa slide natin, you are a winner nga daw. So, never mo na nga ba na click yan? So, I hope never pa. And kahit isang click mo nga lang dyan is nanakawin na nila yung inyong personal data or even infect your unit into worst is a ransomware or iba pang klase ng malware. And with that, kung magaling kang mag-spot ng fake news and even fake friends, dapat matinik ka ding manghuli ng phishing. Okay? So hopefully, dito sa ating next portion is maka-impart po ako ng mga tips and tricks dun sa pag-spot po natin ng scam or phishing attacks. Okay? So I would like to start that phishing tricks you, hindi po yung computer natin. Attackers send fake text, emails, or links to steal your password, money, or identity. Nandiyan nga po yung kumbaga attackers prey on your emotions. To share lang po. Ang weakest link, kumbaga kung napapanood na natin sa mga movies, hacking movies, kumbaga, always, no? Mga nasa green screen, ang bibilis nila mag-type. Tapos biglang, ayan, na-authenticate na nila yung passwords nila, nakuha na nila yung account mo, na-penetrate na nila yung system. Well, in fact, most of the case po, it's always you na tina-target nila. It's always the human factor. Or in other terms, may tinatawag po tayo na social engineering. So, meron po dyan yung urgency. Doon sa isang example natin, again, your account is locked. That is one. Another example po is yung curiosity. So, pwede mong makita kung sino yung nag-stalk sa'yo, kung sino nag-view ng profile mo. So, click this link. Okay? So, it mingles with your curiosity. And isang baga, talamak talaga is yung fear. For example is yung payment failed na sinasabi nila. So, they don't hack you, they trick you. And most of the time, it's phishing po na kung saan ito nangyayari. And mind you, kasi dun sa mga may idea na, and for the general public, phishing is not always about as sa email, no? So ever evolving po yung ating cyber security threats at nalalaman nga nila na mas madalas na nga tayo sa mga phones natin. Actually, social media, nandyan na yan. If you could check, malamang sa malamang naka-encounter ka na ng mga AI-powered po na mga scams or phishing links, 'di ba? So makikita mo doon ano ba yung latest trends natin. I would say yung yeah, like right now I think malapit na naman yung um kumbaga yung mga masugid nating Shopee or mga Lazada buyers dyan, mga online buyers natin dyan. Meron doon yung mga click this link to have a discount sa ganito, no? Sa sobrang authentic, sa sobrang legitimate nung pagkaka-craft kasi nga AI powered na siya, mapapaklik ka din naman. Or for example, dun sa social media interactions or social media safety nga natin kanina na nakapag-post tayo ng picture natin, with AI, nagagawa nilang kopyahin na, again, yung inyong mga photos, no? So, pwede nilang gamitin yan into tricking you. So, it's not always about emails. It could also be SMS o smishing na tinatawag natin. Just like yung example natin kanina na through GCash, alam mo yun, magte-text sila sa'yo na yung GCash account mo is ganito. And another example is with calls, no? Tumatawag na din sila. Again, that is called the phishing. Or dun nga, uh, sa mga familiar with LinkedIn, meron nga din po dyan yung mga fake job offers na. So, talamak na sa ating digital world yung tinatawag nating phishing or scam na nangyayari. So, let's try to check po dun sa ating mga examples. Ayan. This one is with email naman siya. So kinuha ko na lang din po itong example na to sa over the internet. So this one is from I think information desk. So lottery nga siya, no? So mapapansin natin if we're not cybersecurity aware, or yun nga, kung hindi po tayo ganun ka aware pa doon sa mga links na yan, for example, dun pa lang sa from niya, it's already a red flag na. So, bakit? Check po natin mamaya. Yan. Doon sa subject, mapapansin nyo, it's about a lottery promotion. Eh, I will not read the content anymore, pero mapapansin natin, no? Unang makikita kasi ng mata natin is yung, I think this is $500,000, no? That is something na kumbaga mapapawaw ka bigla, no? And makiklaim ko nga daw siya, basta contact ko lang yung agent. So, nagbigay na din siya ng contact details. So, lastly, congratulations. Nilagay pa niya kung sino yung kukontakin. And with that, no? With that, sino ba naman ang hihindi? Kasi kahit ako nga din naman po, naku, thank you Lord, agad ang masasambit ko dyan. Pero, kung magpo-post lang po tayo at iisipin natin, paano ka mananalo kung hindi ka naman tumaya? Di ba? Paano kung magkakaroon ng ganitong email na hindi naman ako, kumbaga, hindi naman ako nag-register online. Wala talaga akong maalala eh. In reality nga, paano kayo magkakadevelopan kung hindi ka din naman magpo-first move? So, in a way, it's something na mag-iisip ka na agad. And with that, you would tag this or isa na siyang masasabi natin na red flag agad with sa ating phishing awareness. Okay? So this one is again one of the examples po na keep an eye natin. Okay? And this one naman is with Apple ID. Okay? Kung mapapansin agad natin yung ID, tama naman yung sa subject. But pag naging matinik tayo sa pag-check ng ating emails, mapapansin nyo dyan na yung kanyang address, okay? So it's web double B pa actually pass. Yan, mapapansin agad natin na it's an invalid address agad. Okay? This one is crafted po. Kumbaga hindi sila gumamit ng AI to verify itong phishing campaign na ito. Mapapansin nga natin doon is it even has a poor grammar and invalid signature. Pansinin niyo po doon sa kanyang body content, urgent notice. So kumbaga it instructs the user or nagbibigay siya ng tone na fear. Kumbaga no, binibigyan niya tayo ng i-click mo agad ito kasi nga may something na doon sa account mo. Okay? Uh, with that, I think I have naman yung may I ask yung engagement ng ating mga taga-subaybay habang hanggang at nandyan pa kayo. Wow. We have marami pa tayong taga-subaybay at this juncture. So with my example, pwede po ba doon sa example na binigay ko for photo 1 and photo 2, pwede nyo bang i-comment kung alin yung sa tingin nyo na scam? Kumbaga, it's a phishing email. Okay, I'll give you 30 seconds para i-identify. So, just comment po if one, kung photo 1 yung sa tingin nyo, or photo 2, kung yun naman yung sa tingin nyo na scam. Okay? Can I see? Can I see some audience engagement po? Yan, sa ating mga taga-subaybay. Okay. I'm waiting. Waiting po sa inyong sagot. Okay, meron na lang kayong 15 seconds. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ayan, wow, we have, ayan, may mga sumagot po. I don't know if I could pronounce your name right. So I have Hi Bion.
Sir John
What?
William,
Sir, yes po? Sir Alvin, Doc Alvin, yes po?
si Sir John Waldnet Castillo ang unang nakakuha ng answer.
Oo.
Tama ba?
Ayan, wow. Mukhang sa ating viewers point of view. Ayan. So, yan, mine one, pa-mine one na lang po sa nagsasabing photo one, yung ating scam email. Okay, sa ating viewers view. So, tama po kayo. Tama po. Na photo one po yung ating scam or example scam email. So, mapapansin po kasi natin, just to pinpoint yung uh, part ng email natin, mapapansin nyo na it indicates, no? Dear Netflix user lang. So, hindi niya in-identify man lang na ikaw or na ikaw na naka-receive kung ano yung pangalan mo. So, yun pa lang is one of the red flags na nakikita natin. Well, dun sa photo 2, mapapansin natin, uh, it identifies kung sino yung tao na kanyang, kung kanino patungkol itong email na to. Okay? So, aside doon, mapapansin din natin dun sa photo banner, yung sa Netflix, yung font actually ng Netflix with that is not, kung maki-check po natin yung logo ni Netflix, it's not that one po. So, meron ng mga red flags na mapapansin natin. So, good job po doon sa ating mga viewers na naka-mine ng ating photo number one, naka-identify ng ating tamang sagot. Very good po tayo dyan. Okay. So, this one naman po is, at sabi ko kanina, is with the SMS naman. Uh, I will not have it, uh, hindi ko na siya ipapa-identify, pero both of this po are samples of smishing or hindi po siya credible na from GCash. Okay? So, pagmasin po natin, with my next example, we could say, this one is from GCash mismo. The first one is to check po kung sino ba yung sender ng message. Okay? Alangan naman po, kung mapapaisip tayo eh, if it's a random number, 0905, ganito siya, tapos biglang magte-text siya sa atin na nag-send ng ganito si GCash and visit this site. So, always check po kung sino yung sender natin ng message. Again, check po if you are being asked to log in outside yung GCash kasi GCash, and this is according to the official GCash, uh, I believe it's a notice or something na publicly available po na notice ni GCash na GCash will never ask you po for your personal information outside the app, as well as it will never ask po for your MPIN or your OTP or your one-time PIN kung sakali. Okay? That is very common na po kasi itong nare-receive natin na smishing scams na ito. Okay? And this one, itong next example ko is more on um, a tech, kumbaga a tech example na. So one factor po para ma-check natin is yung tinatawag naman natin na HTTP or yung HTTPS. Okay? So dito sa example natin, yung mga address po na pinupuntahan natin. For example, we have itatype natin siya bdo.com.ph or bdo-login.com, no? I-google mo siya, meron yung first link or even the second link na magpapakita. And once na pinindot mo siya, mapapansin mo dun sa ating URL bar, dun sa taas, kung saan po nakalagay yung ating site na binivisit. Dalawa po siya. Dalawa po yan actually. We could see not secured or secured. Okay? So, pwedeng a quick rule of thumb, pag nakita po natin na naka-padlock po yan at nakalagay po dyan or nakakulay siyang green with a secure text dyan, it means tama po yung binivisit mo. It is an it is a HTTPS. Okay? Secured kasi po yung ibig sabihin ng S doon. Well, on the other hand, kung yan ay HTTP lamang at meron siyang not secured doon sa kanyang link sa taas and even a red annotation or even unlock key. Naku po, mag-isip na po tayo dyan. Kasi based on our representation here, kung umorder ka ng burger with HTTP, para kang umorder ng burger na wala man lang takip. Okay? So pwedeng ma-compromise na 'yan. Well, for HTTPS naman, pwede pa nga pong nakatakip, may takip pa 'yan. Okay? So it makes the burger sa ating illustration secured or less prone to any outside vulnerability or compromise, na? Okay. So with this, dumako po tayo sa ating phishing and scam awareness checklist o blue team checklist po natin. Human discipline, number one, we have to pause and check. Did I expect this message? Okay? Gaya po nung nabanggit natin kanina, paano nga ako mananalo? Paano gumising ako ng isang umaga na nanalo ako sa loto na hindi naman ako tumaya? Paano, di ba? So, did I ever expect this kind of message? And having that human discipline is to have pause and check muna. Reality check muna tayo. It's always mas magandang pairalin natin yung logic muna bago yung emosyon. Okay? So, kaya yung utak nga daw natin is nasa taas or mas mataas siya kaysa sa puso. So, gamitin po muna natin yung utak natin, logic natin before having that emotion dictate kung paano natin um, itatakal yung isang bagay. Next po is you could hover over links before clicking to see kung saan po niya kayo ipupunta. Before nyo i-click yung isang bagay or isang link doon, no? Pwede nyo actually i-hover muna yung inyong mouse or even kung phone yung gamit natin, you could hover or long press nyo up, i-long press nyo po yung link na ito. And with that, gaya nung checklist, nung example natin kanina, pag HTTP na siya or even HTTPS siya and meron siyang wrong grammar. Actually, it still happens, no? May mga wrong grammar pa nga dyan or yung site is kahina-hinala. So, kunyari BDO, no? Yung BDO naging BDU.com or something yung I, no? Pwedeng nagiging L. May mga ganong instances which it's something with typo squatting na tinatawag or homography pa nga yung mas advanced. So pinapalitan nila. With that, be very careful po, no? First, pause and check. And if in doubt, i-hover po muna natin sa mga links, no? Yung link na naka-attach dun sa ating email or even sa ating text message. When in doubt, dun sa aking last part, go to the official site manually. So it won't help po. It won't hurt po if magbibigay lang tayo ng at least 2 minutes just to check yung mismong site to further check kung tama ba yung nakita natin. And sa ating text solution naman, yan, i-emphasize ko na din po again, is to check the link carefully. Part po ng aking human discipline is to have it check kung dun sa HTTPS if it contains an HTTPS which is secured or if it contains an HTTP which is late which is not a secure site na. Okay? So check po natin yung spelling, yung typo and yung site legitimacy. Okay? Kasi HTTP again, i-emphasize ko po ng i-emphasize HTTPS means the connection is encrypted. But also make sure that yung domain na, yung URL na yun is correct. Kasi attackers use these tricks like PayPal. So pwede po na yung PayPal with a capital I instead nga po of PayPal na letter L. So pwede po yun. And lastly, meron po tayong ginagamit din ng mga browser extensions. You could use the Netcraft anti-phishing or the Microsoft Defender Smart Screen. This is a built-in na po sa ating mga um, Windows devices. Okay? If you are, I believe most of our mga users is Windows. If a Windows user ka po, you could use the Microsoft Defender Smart Screen to block malicious site. Okay? Okay po. So with that, sana po nakapag-iwan ako ng practical tips, no? Kasi po, with this one, yung evolving nga yung ating threats. I believe that ito na po yung nasa last part na din po tayo. And before I end, I want to leave you po with this thought that security is not about fear, no? It's about control. Be your own first line of defense and it's inspire also others to do the same. Because most attacks succeed because of small mistakes, which means you have the power to stop them. Every time na nagpo-post po tayo bago tayo mag-click, and every time na nag-update tayo ng ating mga phones, at every time na nagta-turn on po tayo, please turn on this one. Turn on po natin yung ating multi-factor authentication. It makes it harder for the attackers to win. So sa aming blue team, it's a win-win po sa amin yan. Mas pinapadali po natin yung trabaho ng isa't isa. At hopefully sa aking presentation, na-realize po natin yan. You don't need to be an IT expert to be safe online. You just need to be aware, no? You just need awareness, good habits, and a little discipline. So, let's make po this cyber security part of our life. Gaya nung lagi kong gasgas ng example, just like locking our doors at night, or even closing the door as well as with the window, no? Pag aalis tayo, or even wearing a seat belt. Because when you protect yourself online, when you protect, again, I will emphasize this one, when you protect yourself, you are also protecting your loved ones, your families, your friends, and even our communities. And with that, I'll call an action that be your own first line of defense. Aside doon, let's inspire po others to do the same. Maraming salamat po for making Casey your regular Friday afternoon viewing habits. Together, let us be cyber aware, be cyber educated, and be cyber secured globally with Pixru. Again, magandang hapon, magandang gabi po sa ating lahat.
Hello.
Yan. Mahusay. Congratulations, Sir John William.
Sir, maraming salamat po. Ayun, that ends my presentation.
Ayan. With the interest of time, thank you very much again to our resident cybersecurity expert, Sir John William,
Thank you po.
for sharing us the basics of cybersecurity and simplified cybersecurity. Anong masasabi mo, Sir John Ray, Ma'am Sheena, Sir RB? With that, we, in behalf of Pix Pro La Union, maraming salamat po. Sabi nga ni Chair, happy lang, walang weekend. Ayan.
Walang
Maraming
weekend.
salamat po mga ka-Pix Pro.
Thank you po. Thank you po.